Yo, how is it going, everybody? My name is Jack, and today let's talk about some of the latest examples of the broken issues plaguing the ranked climb currently, as well as the worrying increase in cheaters in recent times, and what Riot need to do to combat them. With the new year ahead of us, the hiatus and updates is ending soon, Valorant is about to go through a huge period of change, so now is the best time to lay out these issues to help make Valorant the best it can be. And if you too want to be the best you can be, then head on over to SkillCapped.com to access our elite training modules and work to improve your game in any area you need, so that you too can frag and strat like the pros. Alright, let's get right into it. As we all know, climbing ranks feels incredibly random and has for a long time. Speaking of my own experiences, it feels like when I rank up it happens out of nowhere, whereas it seems like any loss I take could be a potential huge decrease in rating. No one likes the feeling of walking on eggshells and not knowing what will happen, and that's largely what the ranked experience has become for most of us, including this user on the Valorant competitive subreddit. They posted this screenshot of a post-game scoreboard with the following caption: "Can someone explain how this was a triple rating decrease? I'm very happy a new change is coming to Valorant competitive, but I feel we would all benefit from knowing more info as to why we receive large down ranks, especially as the Sage, who I queued with, only received 2 down." So, looking closer here, our poster Joker214 playing Omen lost this game 14-16, a very close match, and his score is quite good, a 28-23 differential with a 266 combat score, the second best overall player in the lobby. So then how is it reasonable for this person to get the maximum possible decrease in their rating? If the system is supposed to favor winning and losing as much as individual performance, then it makes no sense for Joker to be penalized this much. This isn't even the only recent example. Let's take a look at this post from the main Valorant subreddit. Luisha CM made a very long post detailing how the game currently creates ELO hell, that being the state of bouncing back and forth between the same handful of ranks and not being able to make sufficient progress. This post is great and well detailed, and I would recommend reading it yourself, but we'll focus specifically on the screenshot of 2 back-to-back games they provided. Luisha played 2 games on the same map with the same agent and basically repeated the same score, both kill-death ratio and overall score, and the games even flipped the same amount of rounds played. But as you can see, the win only netted them a +1 increase, and the loss bizarrely granted them a -2 decrease. Literally 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Like, you can't make this up. And all of this contributes to the huge feeling of being stranded that the community is dealing with. Case in point, in another very interesting Reddit thread detailing how exactly points are allocated to specific kills, user Raisin RGB talks about how there is a weighting system to each frag gained in a round of Valorant. It's all in relation to how many teammates and enemies are alive at the time of the frag. So, an example is that the first frag in the round is always worth the maximum amount of points, whereas despite the actual impact being much higher, getting the round ending frag in a 3v1 scenario is worth much less. This system puts the highest value on kills that are either the first in the round or equaling out a player advantage for your team, so making like a 3v4 or a 3v3. It's all based on the relation of how many enemies are alive to how many teammates are alive when you get the kill. The problem with the system should be obvious. If you are a support player and not playing entry or duelist roles, then most of the time the kills you are getting are either valued less than the entries or equalization frags gained by other players. It's already a disadvantaged system to play solo queue or ranked in general as pure supports because of the lesser fragging nature of these roles, but the game shouldn't be straight devaluing what frags you do get in these roles further. I think Riot should change the system and have a static point awarded for all kills, but because roles like entry fragging and situations like winning clutches should be rewarded, a first and final kill bonus could be a good middle ground system. But again, this just comes back to the core issue that Riot should dedicate some time to giving us more access to tools or data that shows what we are doing to gain or lose ranks. Let us know what you guys want to see changed about ranked in the comments down below. I'm curious to hear what you guys are thinking. Speaking of issues currently plaguing the game, it's no secret that cheaters have kind of been set loose in the highest elo tiers as of late. A lot of it has to do with the recent holiday season. Riot are on a well-deserved break, as I hope you beautiful people were as well, and because of that, it's hard to keep up with the manual ban process. But as we all begin to return to work, it seems that one of the big focuses for Riot to start the year is to make cheating as hard as possible in Valorant. In an article released by SpikeGG, they detail recent statements made by Riot developer Ray-K, who explains that 2021 will have a lot of changes coming for Vanguard and its systems. Chief among them are the continuing improvement of the detection and automatic ban systems, as well as integrating much of the feedback given by the community thus far. are. Now, obviously this is good to hear, as Vanguard really has been a meme since the beginning of the game, with Riot claiming there would be zero cheaters and that they had created the best anti-cheat in the world, and as we all know, it didn't really work out that way. Vanguard also has a high level of access on your computer, which has also been memed to death. So, given that, the community definitely wants cheating to be a niche phenomenon for what they are giving up in exchange. For my part, I think the biggest thing that Riot will need to implement is some kind of way for players to further figure out whether someone is cheating or not. The easiest way to go about this is the long requested demo or replay system, and the bonus of that replay system is the ability for better content creation tools as well. Riot, listen, Riot, me and you, I know we talk often, you know, John at Riot, dude, me and you, but we know this would be a win-win. Let's just make it happen. It's been too long. Let's just figure it out. Last thing to point out from what Ray K said is that Riot are aware of people asking if anything will happen to the elo that is gained or lost in matches where a cheater is played. And as of right now, there is no priority in looking into changing elo when someone is banned. An interesting ongoing discussion in the community is the efficacy of shotguns in the current meta. Obviously in earlier patches they were even better than they are currently, but even still weapons like Judge and Bucky are still seen as quite viable eco weapons. But just how far can they be pushed? In another push to take a singular playstyle to the highest rank possible, a user on the Valorant subreddit posted they went from Gold 2 to Immortal 2 with Judge and Jet only. Now, I could believe that the Smurf account could get just about anything into the Platinum or even Diamond ranks, but to take a shotgun to Immortal 2 is really tough. It doesn't mean the shotguns are overpowered. Here's the thing, specialists are a thing that exists in any game. Some people can take weird playstyles and take them to high levels of play. This person going to Immortal 2 doesn't mean you, the viewer, will suddenly jump to Immortal tomorrow by going Judge only. But is it a toxic playstyle? That I'm not so sure on. On one hand, if you do something like this and get wrecked, I'm sure your teammates won't appreciate you very much, but on the upside, buying low econ every round means you can drop regular weapons to your teammates and get more buys overall probably. On the whole, I think there are bigger fish to fry in the Valorant weapon meta, and I'd rather the one shotgun god be left alone than a needless nerf be passed down. Alright, the serious stuff is over. Let's take a step back and do some cool strat showcases. Posted by Korean Cellist on Reddit, this 2-piece Omen fake defuse setup for Ascent A site is really doing some numbers right now, so let's take a closer look. A core part of high-level Omen play is the ability to abuse the brief periods during teleports to interact with objects, in this case the spike. This is a classic scenario. Omen has sight control, but not a main control, and wants to tap the spike to bait out the remaining enemy. But he wants to put some sauce on it, hit some spice on it, mentally and physically break the ankles and the morale of their enemy gamers all in one fell swoop. So, Korean Cellist devised this setup. Ready your teleport, aim it at the plywood box, and simply teleport and press your defuse key at the same time. This taps the spike and moves you off it at once and forces the enemy to check it if it's a fake teleport or not, allowing you to get an advantageous gunfight. The other big brain strat is just to go for that fake anyways. Smoke the bomb, ready to teleport right at your feet and teleport and start defusing again at the same time. Great for ninja opportunities and flex ninja appreciation posts, and we all need more of those. And if you're looking for more strats to play agents at their maximum capacity, head to SkillCapped.com to get access to all the tools you need to main your favorite agent to the rank you always wanted. Check it out in the link down below. That's all we have for today. Things are going to get real busy in the next few weeks when it comes to Valorant news. A new patch around the corner and leaks seeming to rain from the sky at all times lately. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe as well to make sure you never miss out on staying up to date. We here at SkillCapped would like to thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Peace.